Good evening, friends. You are most welcome to Think IS channel. Today we are going to discuss Practicing Anthropology by MAAN IGNOU, and our topic is kin anthropometry. Let us begin the topic. Relevance of kin anthropometry. Kin anthropometry is an emerging scientific specialization encompassing the application of measurements to evaluate human size, shape, proportion, composition, maturation, and its gross function. It is a crucial discipline for problem solving in matters related to growth, exercise, performance, and nutrition. The application of kinanthropometry has been extensively used in envisaging the secular trend in increased body size of and among different ethnic groups worldwide. The criterion developed using research in kin anthropometry can be used as standards for physical recruitment in the armed forces, as well as streamlining and improving the fundamental measurement scale for manufacturing uniforms and designing of furniture. Body measurement of an individual holds significant position in the performance of sports, and as such these represent a critical element in the selection of the athlete. We are familiar with the fact that a shot putter cannot give good performance in the sprinting event and vice versa. There has been number of studies which have been conducted on physique and body composition of athletes and sport person, which reflect that the physique and body composition are explicit in athletes and sports persons of different physical activity. Dental age is one such method which can be used in assessing the degree of physiological maturity of a growing child. The emergence of dentition at a particular age, especially from 6 months to 2 years for deciduous dentition and 5 to 13 years for permanent dentition, present decisive factor of developmental age, or it may be used as an index of physiological maturity. There is a strong relation between adult stature of an individual and his stature at childhood. It is a very well recognized reality that stature is a key morphological feature in majority of physical activity. The major task ahead of sports counselors, coaches is to direct the sports probable in opting for an athletic activity ideally suited to their adult stature well before their adult age. This would facilitate them to undertake explicit training in particular athletic event. There is a lot of significance attached to the adequate calculation of adult stature and, if feasible, of other physical dimension in childhood. This would be a significant yardstick to sports counselors for facilitating the sport probable in making a choice of a particular sportive activity best suited to their prospective adult physique and body characteristics. It goes beyond saying that such a counseling may go a long way in steering clear of a frustration caused after years of dedicated training by those probables whose probability to attain the requisite physical status as an adult are only slim. The distribution of height varies notably in different sportive activities. It holds lot of significance that a good number of physical activities are initiated by some of the sportsmen at the pre-adolescence age. Consequently, the sport counselor or coaches may possibly suggest the most suitable physical activities to the sport probable say age 9 to 11 years, keeping in view their adult stature. Additionally, another responsibility of the sport counselor could be to redirect the young children interest to some other appropriate physical activity if they are following some incorrect physical activity due to change in different requirement of adult stature than that anticipated to be accomplished by them at childhood. Such corrective steps are likely only if suitable prediction standards are available to sports counselors or coaches. Physique and body composition play an important role in influencing the physical performance of an individual. It has been noted that there is a variation in growth status during the adolescence period within the children of the same age groups. Regular physical activities during childhood are responsible for a positive influence on the performance of an individual throughout growth. This pattern of transformation according to age in physical activity events brings out the meaning of training as one of the essential factors in the progress. The attainment of distinctive physical characteristics is of basic significance for sportsmen of many sportive activities. Being short of such a characteristics is expected to limit their performance during competition, particularly when such characters cannot be altered by training, example under normal conditions. Kin anthropometry's significant goal is to study variations in various body measurements not only among different individuals but also among different populations. This facilitates is understanding the growth process and maturation in individuals. Subsequently, its bearing upon physical performance and work capacity of the individual. Kin anthropometry aids in recognizing and discovering the mystique of various dynamic processes and phenomena of life. Let us appreciate it from the viewpoint of human biologist. Let us appreciate it from the viewpoint of human biologist. He may be interested in understanding the dynamic pattern of height growth of an individual. What could be the reason of size change with the age of a person? He would measure a child's height at different ages and realize that it does not increase uniformly with age and there is a variation. He would then look for answers at different levels: tissue, cellular, and molecular. A large fraction of kinanthropometric work deal with physical performance. A person can be trained for physical stamina on the basis of kinanthropometric studies. There are specific training programs available for developing strength, local endurance, and cardiorespiratory endurance to their maximum. A training program can be designed to match the specific energy source needed for an athlete specific event or contest. The effect of training depend upon the type of exercise involved in the training program, the individual's previous level of training, and how dedicated and motivated the individual is. There are some specific principles and guidelines underlying the development of muscular strength and endurance as well as aerobic and anaerobic fitness of an individual. The type of exercise performed plays an important role in influencing the increase in blood pressure. For example, isometric type work generally causes a greater increase in blood pressure than isotonic exercise. Prolonged physical work in untrained subject leads to much quicker fall in systolic blood pressure, which indicate nearing fatigue than for the trained person. Endurance training also improves blood pressure recovery process after exercise. In other words, the blood pressure of the trained person returns to the pre-exercise level sooner than it does for the untrained person. Other factors which affect blood pressure and heart rate of a person are age, sex, posture, and emotion. The uniform manufacturer can make use of the information provided by kinanthropometry and somatotyping of the body configurations to fine-tune their patterns and sizing system. The application of kinanthropometry also involves phenotype as well as morphological change of the disciplined personnel before and after physical training. By making use of kinanthropometry, the relationship between genetic, physical exercise, and body shape of these discipline forces personnel can be determined. At the last, we will discuss the summary. Kinanthropometry is a distinct study of human size, shape, proportion, composition, maturation, and gross function, facilitating in understanding growth, exercise, performance, and nutrition. Kinanthropometry serves as a quantitative interface between anatomy and physiology. It focuses on individual athletes into objective focus and provides a clear assessment of his or her structural status at any given time, or more notably provides for quantification of differential growth and training influences. Without being appreciative of the growth of children and youth and their structural evolution, selection of talent, and monitoring of training is largely a matter of lack of imagination and false impression. Kinanthropometry offers the fundamental structural basis for the reflection of athletic performance. Kinanthropometry furnishes us with techniques of different body measurements which can be used to study the gross size of an individual. It would not only give an idea about his shape, size, and proportion, but would also give an insight into his looks from different directions with respect to his various body parts. It also equips us to understand relationships of different body measurements. Thank you very much.